So this time we're going to have a look at our comments or our metadata and how that works. We're going to start with our base file, our archive file as before. So this time if we go into the comments menu, first thing we need to do is do the configuration part of it. So if we hit on configure, this box brings up our options which you saw under preferences again, but we're just looking at the comments side of it at this point. So we've got two options here. We can use an ODBC database, or if I click on here, it's a Microsoft Access database, which we may not have. So we're going to leave that one out at this stage, although there are instructions and reading on setting up this as well. But to make it easier, we're just going to stick with a text file. So we're going to uncheck that one and check our text file. And usually with Tideda you'll be supplied a comment file, a CMT or a PCM file maybe. But we're going to work with a comment file such as this. If I browse for one that has, I think under my directory again, there's one with all our sites on it. So here it is, done for Dunedin.cmt. If I select that, it's now put it in as the default file here. You can actually edit it at this point, and you'll actually see all the comments listed for every site. There's a lot in there, but it brings it up in the notepad, and we can do edits at this point here, but it's recommended to do it via the comment itself. So we'll just close that. So we've selected a text file, we're going to OK that. So back under our comment menu again, we've got options here to edit table. Table means just list it out as a table. We can export it as a CSV or into a Word document, and then we can import text from a text file as well, which we don't use as much. So probably the ones we're going to look at is how to display it and then how to edit. So firstly, if we go and display, so table, brings up this box again asking where our comment database is. In this case, this is our main one here. And we need to select date, just like we do with anything else. So if we go to maybe the sites we've been working on, let's go to say the Tariat Canadian Flat again. We click all the data, so it'll bring up all the comments associated with the site. OK that, and if we go OK, it'll list all our comments here in chronological order. So you can see the site started in 1982 here. And the general format we have, if you look through various comments and the reading, it has the templates and the set out of how we normally put in the metadata for each site. So each site has an initial comment, initial being the first comment with information about the site, where it is, its location, and then any other recording authority, I mean who's responsible for the site, has it changed hands over the years, and recorder comment, what instrumentation was in there, the resolution of it, how good the instrument is, the rating comment, the maximum gauge and recorded flows, and then after that's general comments such as missing record and the reason why. So this is early information. If we go through to the last readings, we see we've got information about backup recorders being installed, what type of recorder, flatlining in the record here due to icing and freezing in winter, ramp corrections on the record and why we did it, missing record for a period, fuse failure. So it's just a record of all our metadata of what's gone on at the site. Just really for users coming along, looking at the data, wondering why the data looks different, why is missing record in the data. We can go to these comments or the metadata to see why that's happened. So the next thing we want to look at maybe is how to edit a comment. So again, when we do this, because we've selected the site previously, we can go back and change our sites, look for them again here. We'll just leave it at the site we're at. We can select the actual comment we want to edit itself. In this case, we'll just leave it as all comments and go OK. So it comes up in chronological order. It's put the first comment up in this box here, which is our box we can edit. So we can click anywhere in here and edit, make changes, and then save at the end. It's really that easy. You can see the date and timer in the field here as well. And we can also change, actually if we go on to, you see if we just keep scrolling through with next, previous, we can just look at the next comments. We can go right to the last comment. So here's the last comment here, and if we weren't happy with the wording, again we can change that. And under these data types we've got, it's left undefined if we don't actually specify what it is, but because this is a backup record, we're looking at the series data, not the gaugings of the rating, but the series. So that should have been checked series data because the backup record it's referring to. And the type of data is level or flow. It's not rainfall, miscellaneous, water quality, groundwater, it's level flow. And the comment type doesn't need to be filled in here at all, but it's probably going to be something like it's concerning the equipment in this case, so we'd put equipment in there. So it's the equipment, series, flow, and maybe we've got the date wrong, we can change that, we can add more to it, and when we're happy with that, we can hit save. You want to replace existing comment? Yes. And that's done. And if you want to, say we want to make a new comment, the easiest way is actually to copy a previous one. So if we go to one that has, say, a ramp correction like this, we want to make a new one that we've just done, we can bring this one up, go to the date, put in the latest date, so even this is old record, so say it was 95 October 12th and the time was 1400, and you can put the author too, which could be your agency, so I could put NIWA in there. Again, we want to specify, again it's going to be, or won't be equipment this time because we're going to have a ramp correction, so we're going to put in say site, the site comment, and it's going to be series data, and it's going to be flow level again. So our ramp starts, we're going to insert a ramp here, date starting on the 12th of October at 1400. So in our record we want to also change that to the 12th of October and time being 1400, and then to whenever the ramp finishes, so say it was a month later, so 11/12 at say 12:15 due to float tape, whatever that reason might be, we might edit that as well. And when we're happy with that, we can save that as well. Change time, delete original comment. There's our original ramp correction as our new one, and there's our previous one here. So our previous one we've copied and put it in. You can see it's the same, date and time's changed only. So it's easy to copy and paste rather than rewrite a whole one, unless it's something that's new that's happened. It's quite convenient to copy an older one, or even from another site. So you can go and select another site, bring it in here, change the dates and times to suit, and save it. So, and again, easy to move around between these and add them as you need to. And you can go new, as you see here, new blank, new copy again, as we just used. You can delete them if you want to get rid of one, and then of course to save. And your comment database is down here again, so you can configure that if it's not right. And when you're finished, you can exit. So the last thing that's handy is to export your comments. Someone else may want to see your comments. You may want to send them to a client. So we want to go and choose where we want to send these to. So you may have a file already, or you can just make one up, like I've got this demo CMT file. Save that, so it's going to be written there. It's going to append to the destination file, or you can have it writing a new one. So let's just say we're going to start again. So we've done that. Comment types, again, there's no option there, we want to show them all. So let's go and select our data for this site. So let's say we just want the last comment. So we've got 1998 0213, 12 o'clock. And if we go OK to that, see the output is now in this file here, so we can just go and do a search for that. Go to C drive, CMT file, we can open that, double click on it, we can select the program, notepad, and you can see that last comment's been written out to this notepad or text file or CMT file. But you can also, if we go back again, comment export, it doesn't have to be a CMT file, we could make that a text file. So we've okay that, we've gone back, we select our data again, which is just that one comment. Okay. Now it's written it to demo.txt, and we can just go and view that or send it to people. Demo.txt file here, and there you can see the last comment there. So useful if you want to send comments to people. So, and lastly, if we want to import a comment, so if we want to do the opposite, so we want to pick up that comment that we just exported, again we can browse for that. We want to select the file it's going on to, and when we hit OK, it says the existing comment that we're writing to is this one here. The imported comment that we're trying to bring in just happens to be the same because we've exported it. Do we want to add it, replace it, or skip it? So we could replace it, but in this case it's the same, or we'll just skip it. So pretty easy to import as well. So of course you may not have any comments at all if you're starting from new. So in this case we'll go to configure, and rather than our master copy we had, you may not have none, as I say, so you need to go and find possibly one that's been provided, a template one, or create one, such as this update comments. This is the one that we use when we're creating new ones. So we're going to update new comments, they're going to be checked and then put onto our archive. Or you can just rename it whatever you like. So I'm going to use this one as an example. In fact, if I go back to here again, if I go to edit, you'll see there's nothing on the file. It's empty of comments. So if we OK that, and then go back into our edit options, you see if we go and select a site now, there's none on file because we haven't got any comments at all. So we can create a new one. So if we hit new blank and then put on our site number, and obviously fill in our date. If I put in, say, today's date, 03/23, time being, say, 12 o'clock, agency, our comment type's going to be maybe about the data this time, and it's the series data, and it's about the flow. And we can then just type in our comment here. So we're going to put demo comment, date, time, format, etc. in there. And when we're happy with that, we can save it. You see it's populated now, and it's, if we exit out of there, we can go back and then list that or table that comment. Go to our data. You see again there's only the one site so far, and there's our comment, date and time at the end there. OK that, list that, and you'll see it come up there, demo data, date and time. So you have to type it from scratch. Again, go back to the manual, Tideda manual, and the pre-reading for this session, which you'll see all the formats and suggested configurations we can use for initial comments and rating comments, gauging comments, and just the general missing record things that you need to put in as metadata. As an example, so you could copy that format or use your own format, but it's there as a guideline, and it sort of keeps the standard and the structure in some sort of logical order. So that's sort of at the end of the comment side of things.